Good morning, my friends, and welcome to a very, very fun show. In just a bit, we're going to be cooking with Milk Bar to celebrate their new store opening in Bellevue Square. But first, we've got a delicious round of hot topics. On today's panel, I have authors Andrea Dunlop and Geraldine DeRuiter, along with my executive producer, Joseph.
Good morning.
Thank you all for being here this fine day. So, Andrea and Geraldine, you were on the show 5 years ago, and we made you Bloody Marys. And I guess y'all, not to me, but to Joseph, you bring this up every time.
That you're here, which I love, because it was a fun memory, and I made those Bloody Marys for you 5 years ago, and I made them for you again this morning.
Oh, this is good. You do make a good Bloody Mary.
Oh,
Here's 5 years ago when you were on the show.
And I can actually drink one that's not virgin this time because last time I was pregnant with my daughter.
That's right.
Yep.
Not that time.
Not that. No, I was drinking a virgin one. In that
Yeah,
case.
because she was
Yes,
pregnant.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
Just to be
that was
clear.
Margaret. That wasn't me. I wasn't there for that. This is actually very good.
Well,
Joseph.
you were shaming my love of Clamato. This is half Clamato, half Bloody Mary mix,
It's a
just
little
so y'all
sweeter
know.
than I like.
You know, and it's a little bit warm. Sorry, but
We didn't have a shaker
Mine's
this
been
morning.
under the lights.
Mine is actually perfect, and I don't even usually like Bloody Marys that much. So good job,
Oh,
Joseph.
well,
there you
speaking
have
of if
it.
you like it, I mean,
Okay, so if you don't love Bloody Mary, like, what is the best brunch beverage?
Oh, mimosas
Amen.
for my money.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. I love
I
a
get their
mimosa with like champagne and like a drip of orange juice.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Just a splash.
Yes.
I think it depends what you're eating for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because sometimes if you're having like a real savory,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe
I feel like the mimosa goes with everything.
yeah, I guess.
What is the mimosa that has, but it's not a mimosa? It's like peach and champagne. What is that?
Oh, a
called?
Bellini.
I love
Yeah.
a
Also really good.
Bellini.
Also really good.
You know, French 75 is also
Oh
popular.
gosh.
That's my favorite cocktail. We had that as my signature cocktail at my wedding, actually.
Oh.
Oh, did you? That's lovely.
Yeah, everyone got a little plastered.
Well, I
It
was
went
gonna
down really easy.
Geraldine is not saying anything. She's just drinking the drink.
Okay, so
No.
this is what I realized is
Join
the
Geraldine.
problem. I've identified it. Whenever we have drinks on the show, everyone talks about drinks, and I don't drink. So I'm like, I'm just gonna sit here sipping on my Bloody Mary because I can't contribute to the conversation. And as someone who doesn't normally drink, I down like half the Bloody Mary.
Oh.
And then as the show progresses, I'm like, I don't drink, so now I'm drunk.
And that's where the magic happens.
And that is how we end up where we are.
Well,
And that's why they keep serving us
drinking
drinks.
is not
Yeah.
required. You do not have to finish that
That
Bloody
is
Mary.
not what Joseph told me before the show. He said if you want to be invited back,
Yeah,
you have to finish all of it.
Yeah, I believe
Exactly.
we actually signed something.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
In
Oh, my
blood,
goodness.
which was weird. Yeah.
Well, maybe if you're not fans of the Bloody Mary, which now we know, what about basketball? You all fans of basketball? No?
Not since, I mean, the Sonics left, so.
Yeah.
Well, I am talking about college basketball because March Madness continues tonight. My alma mater, UCLA, is at number 3. Joseph's at number 4, and they face off tonight.
And
Both
this
of
was
ours-
our photo from 2 years ago.
Yep.
Because what are the odds, Amity? Our schools played each other 2 years ago, I think in the same round in the tournament, and they're doing it again tonight. But, you know, Gonzaga won last time, so I feel like it might be your school's turn to win. I don't know.
Yes, I'm here for that. I love
could
that
say?
you're just going to give it away that easily.
Nah, I mean, go Zags, but, you know.
Also, can we talk about the masks in that picture? Is that ever like triggering to you when
I
you
know.
look at old pictures and they're all in masks?
I think that was the time where it was just you, me, and Derek in studio. It was just like tiny crew because of COVID still and everything. I'm glad we're past that.
Yeah, when I first met you ladies was over Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like the first 3 times we did the show with you, Amity, it was all over Zoom. This is much more fun. We could have drank at home, I guess.
Although we are like 30 feet away from you, which I assume is some sort of COVID protocol.
No.
Either that or we don't smell great. I don't know. I do sweat under the
We
lights
actually do.
from
You guys,
nerves.
if y'all want to know why out there at home, the reason we do these in boxes is because when we used to sit on the couch and you could see each other, but like now you out there can see all of our faces, so you cannot hide an expression.
All of our fierce
So work
reactions.
on your poker face. Speaking of things that may make you frown and food, Gwyneth Paltrow. She is speaking out after backlash to a viral clip where she shares what she eats. And she says, quote, I usually eat something about 12, and in the morning I'll have some things that won't spike my blood sugar. So I have coffee, but I really like soup. For lunch, I have bone broth for lunch. First of all, bone broth does not count as soup. Soup is like hearty to me. So, you know, I will be honest, I've never been a huge fan. I used to love Gwyneth Paltrow, right? Like late 90s Gwyneth.
Well, something changed there.
But as things have progressed through the whole Goop thing, I feel like she's just completely out of touch with the rest of us. Like when she tells me to buy a $150 candle, I'm like, woman, I gotta feed my kids. So like, I've already started to be like, where are you, Gwyneth? Because like, come back to reality. Thoughts?
I think I agree with you. I think she's a menace. And yeah, I mean, I think that clip, it was all over my TikTok FYP last week. And I feel like on one hand, it just made me sad for her because I was like, imagine having all of that financial success and access to just anything in the world and you're just like not eating any food or ever enjoying food. And and then she did this apology where she really like said, oh, it's because I have long COVID and it's what my doctor told me to do for inflammation or what have you. I'm sure that's all really scientifically robust. But you know, I would almost prefer if celebrities would just say, yeah, I feel a tremendous amount of pressure to be extremely thin and that is why I eat this way. I would prefer that over saying that it's somehow health and wellness related.
Geraldine, I know you have thoughts on this.
Yeah, no, I was talking to you about this before. It's this infuriating thing where we've started to tell people that if you diet in a certain way, you will be healthier. And you cannot cure long COVID by starving yourself. Like, that is not how it works.
I have not read that study.
Yeah, she's fundamentally endorsing an eating disorder, right? Like, that is what is going on. And that is so dangerous. Yeah. And I think there's also this flip side too of this healthism idea where if you do get sick, it's your fault, and we start blaming people. And so if you're overweight, it's like, oh, if you get sick and you're overweight, well, you did that to yourself. Yeah. And that is so horrific, and it leads to a lot of medical bias against people who are overweight, which leads to more health problems for those people, not inherent because of their weight, but because doctors are overlooking things and not treating them.
Right.
So sorry.
Yes.
Preach,
Geraldine.
I get real mad.
Well, you know what? I mean, we really do need to change the narrative about a lot of things. And I do agree with you that people saying, oh, I do this for my health, it's a very, very dangerous thing to do, especially when there are no studies to back it up. Mm-hmm. I do. And also, as you get older, you just need more weight on your body because then you start looking sickly. And she honestly looks like she needs to eat a cheeseburger.
Oh, she doesn't look great.
And I mean, I think like I have to say like that, I've seen that narrative a lot too. And like that, you know, she can eat whatever she wants personally. The fact is she has a platform and she's putting it out there. And
that's
like,
the thing.
Just listen to Maintenance Fades, read Aubrey Gordon. There's nothing wrong with being fat. Let's all get over it. Don't listen to Gwyneth Paltrow.
We only have like a minute left, so I just want to ask you this one last thing because speaking of cheeseburgers, have you heard that Good Burger, this 90s show, is getting a reboot along with Pow Pow Power Rangers?
Yes.
Go Go Power Rangers. What do we think of this?
So exciting.
I have to say, I was in middle school when Power Rangers came out, and seeing a lot of fit martial artists in spandex was really important to my cognitive development at that time. So I'm very excited. It's kind of sad because a lot of the original Power Rangers, are now deceased. Like the Yellow Ranger is no longer with us. The Green Ranger died recently.
What? I didn't know this.
Yeah, the Red Ranger is under charges for fraud.
Some legal issues.
So there's a lot going on there, but it is lovely to still see. I think it's the Blue and the Black Ranger.
What about Pink Ranger?
The Pink Ranger.
She's not in it either. I was bummed to see her missing. But
it's not the original one, so it's not Amy Jo Johnson.
It's like the second generation.
Yeah,
Pink
it's the second generation Pink Ranger.
Well,
so
this 34-year-old millennial will be tuning into that. I can tell you.
I'm 42. I can talk about this.
Yeah, and excited to see Keenan and Kel again. They just
Yeah.
they look exactly the same.
Yeah, they
it's
haven't
kind of
aged
wild.
today.
Yeah.
Love them to pieces. I will be watching Good Burger, that's for sure. All right. Well, y'all are sticking around. Geraldine and Joseph and Andrea, they're not going anywhere. We got a lot more hot topics later in the show.